Welcome to Progear. This is a steampunk-themed side-scrolling shoot-'em-up developed by Cave and published by Capcom, and initially released as an arcade game in 2001. Now, as with a lot of shoot-'em-ups in general, there really isn't too much of a plot to be found here, and the game doesn't really explain any specific details of the plot either. But the general premise of Progear is that this game takes place in a fictional land called Parts. Now, from my understanding, Parts was a relatively peaceful land prior to the events of Progear. However, there was this group of sages who somehow managed to unlock the key to immortality, at which point these so-called sages decided to band together and use their newfound powers to commit war crimes, basically? And the one specific land that they chose to target was Parts. So basically, Parts is being obliterated by militant forces under the command of these sages, but thankfully we do have a ragtag group of heroes here to save the day, and this group of heroes just so happen to be literal children. I'm not making that up, by the way. According to some of the research that I did on this game, the main characters in this game do have canonical ages, and they are basically all teenagers, except for one character who is only like 12 years old. But in other words, all of the main characters in this game, or at least the playable characters, are children. But somehow these children are also professional pilots, because they do apparently know how to pilot aircraft, because this is another one of these shoot-'em-ups where you are controlling a plane and not a spaceship, because, like I mentioned before, this is a steampunk-themed game, so it makes sense when you think about it from that perspective. But yeah, these children apparently know how to pilot a plane, and they also know how to work a machine gun as well, because the plane is also equipped with what is essentially a machine gun. And yeah, you're just going on a grand old adventure in your biplane, just going and taking down a group of war criminals, basically. Needless to say, the plot of this game is absolutely wild and stupid, and I expected no less from a Japanese shoot-'em-up, honestly. So I am genuinely excited to be showing this game off to you guys today, for one particular reason, and it does have to do with the game's developer. So as I stated at the start of the video, this game was developed by Cave. And Cave is a pretty prolific developer when it comes to shoot-'em-ups and bullet hell games in particular. They're arguably the most well-known developer in this particular genre, and some of you might know Cave from their work on other shoot-'em-ups like Dodonpachi and Death Smiles, amongst a handful of other really weird shoot-'em-ups that they've released over the past 30 years almost now, because I think they've been releasing games since at least 1995, because I think that was the year that Donpachi came out, which was the predecessor to Dodonpachi. So yeah, I'm actually covering a Cave shooter on my channel for the first time ever, and I'm definitely excited to be doing that finally, because I have wanted to cover Cave's games on my channel for a really long time. I definitely want to try and showcase more of Cave's games on my channel in the future, especially Death Smiles, because I had been planning on doing a video on Death Smiles for a little while now, and that could possibly come sometime later this year, but for now, I would like to show you guys Progear first. Now, I am playing Progear through Capcom Arcade Stadium. It turns out that Progear is actually available on Steam, surprisingly. You can pick this game up on Steam for only about $2.49, assuming you live in Canada at least, because that's the Canadian price. But unfortunately, you can't play the game separately. You can buy it as DLC for Capcom Arcade Stadium in particular. And it was only recently that Progear finally made its way to other platforms, because I think for the longest time, this game was only playable in arcades. It did originally come out in Japan, but there was a North American version that was released around the same time as the Japanese version, actually. And I do believe that this is the North American version that I'm playing. Apparently, the Japanese version also had voice acting, but that's been removed entirely in the North American version. The North American port is also in English as well. All of the text has been fully translated, and I don't think there's any real substantial differences between the North American and Japanese releases of the game. I think they are virtually identical, and given that this is a bullet hell game, Well, you're gonna see a lot of bullets flying around on the screen. As with a lot of Japanese shoot-em-ups, and as with a lot of Cave's shoot-em-ups in particular, Progear is a fairly difficult game. It can be kind of hard to keep track of what exactly is happening on the screen at certain points, just because of how many bullets are flying everywhere. But thankfully though, because I am playing this through an official emulator from Capcom, I can just keep giving myself more credits, and I can just continue off from where I died, like the exact moment where I died, because this is another one of those arcade games that actually allows you to do that. It does give you the option to continue, even if you've lost all your lives, assuming you have credits inserted into the machine. And also, Progear is a fairly short game as well. I've actually played through the entire game off-screen already, and it is a lot shorter than I expected it to be, because there's only about 5 stages in total, and each individual stage only takes about 5 minutes to beat at most. Each stage in the game also ends with a boss fight, where you do fight one of the sages, so by the time the game ends, all of the sages will basically be dead. And without further ado, I think we are going to get started now. There are some other gameplay mechanics that I would like to explain, but I'll just explain them when we actually get into the game, because I'd rather not keep you guys waiting any longer than I already have. Don't worry about all the keyboard controls that are at the bottom of the screen, I'll explain what those do later on. Alright, without further ado, let's begin here. Alright, and I need to do this quickly because it doesn't actually give me a lot of time to select the character. So we choose between either Ring or Bolt for the pilot. So depending on which character you use, that does actually change the way that your bullets fire. Bolt seems to fire in a straight line, but Ring's bullets are a bit more scattershot, it seems. Now, I didn't actually play as Ring off-screen, so we might as well try and use him, because I have no idea how exactly his bullets even behave. Then you have a gunner, chain, nail, rivet. This just changes how exactly, you know, the gunner fires, basically. I don't know, Rivet's bullets seem to go in a very weird arc, so I don't know, choose her. Sure, why not? Are you ready, set? Then, I don't know what that said because it gave me no time to read it whatsoever, but whatever, we're going. We're gonna be lifting off right about now. Oh my god, dude, they're just getting, like, carpet bombed over there. Holy frick. Okay, hang on a second. I already forgot the controls here. Okay, actually, wait. Okay, never mind. I do actually remember now. Alright, I kind of remember. Okay, yeah, so there's a lot. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. So we're getting attacked by a giant-ass tank here. Okay, so let me try to explain the controls here very quickly. So, because I am playing this on the PC version of Capcom Arcade Stadium, you do use the keyboard to fire shots. You use the I key to use the pilot bullets, if I'm not mistaken. I think J key is the gunner. Yes, so the difference between the pilot and gunner modes is that pilot is just like, you know, your standard bullets, right? They just fire in a straight line pretty much. But you can switch to gunner mode if you want to try and lock onto enemies directly. You'll notice that there is actually a little target that appears above the enemies, which means that you are, like, targeting them directly, and your bullets will go directly towards them. So you'll see that, yeah, these guys fire a lot of bullets at us. And, I mean, this is a bullet hell game, so, you know, it makes perfect sense. It makes a great deal of sense. Yeah, so you'll see that this does actually ramp up extremely quickly as well. As a matter of fact, we're already at the first boss. We have Captain Balassim Pench. Is that what his name was? I couldn't really even read that. Yeah, so I mean, the thing that's kind of funny about the sages in this game is that they legitimately look straight up like the founding fathers of America. I don't know, it's just kind of funny how, like, all of the characters in this game, like, all of the children in this game look like, you know, your standard, like, anime characters, right? But then you have the sages themselves who just straight up look like, you know, 1700s, like, American portrait, pretty much. I don't know, it's a really weird juxtaposition there. Also, how in the world am I firing so many bullets right now? Okay, well, so there are some items that you can pick up in order to increase your firepower. Impossible! How could I have lost to a mere child? Oh yeah, he's already dead, by the way. Yeah, so I mean, this is a pretty fast-paced game right here. You have a tele screen, you only get 3 seconds to look at it, and it's already gone. So there we go. Were you able to make out what it was showing you? Because I sure as hell couldn't. Yeah, so as I was saying previously, some of the enemies can drop items that you can pick up in order to increase your attack power. That's what those little pea crates are. And when you die, it will drop those P crates, and if you're fast enough about it, you can go back and just pick those crates up, and yeah, you just get all your attack power back, basically. I think there's also a crate that says, that's labeled Max as well, which gives you maximum firepower immediately. And, God, if I could stop getting hit by absolutely everything. Yeah, so, I mean, as with most Japanese shoot-'em-ups, you die in one hit, of course. But this is another one of those shoot-'em-ups as well, where you only ever die if you're, you know, if the bullets hit the center of your ship. Also, I'm pretty sure I died because I just ran right into this ship right here, which was, incredibly smart of me. A very intelligent person here. I'm a very intelligent shoot-'em-up player. Oh my god, dude. Okay, hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. There we go. Just, god, there's so many explosions happening right now, dude. It's like sensory overload. Yeah, so the vast majority of the enemies in this game are basically like ground tanks, as you can see. And you do fight the occasional, like, plane as well. But for the most part, there's, I don't know, there's not really that much variety in the enemy types themselves. Also, this is one of those games where there is so much crap happening on the screen that, yeah, the game can't really handle it more often than not. It does have a tendency to lag, quite a bit. Yeah, there's a, like, little airship right here. Oh yeah, you pick up these, bombs with B marked on them, and, well, those are bombs. They give you more bombs. Okay, this is Gabriel Hammer. His ship is actually kind of cool, because as you can see, it's basically like a giant sea turtle, or it's kind of modeled after it, and it can actually, yeah, it functions like a submarine, more or less. Okay, this is a weird attack pattern. Hang on. Oh god, okay, well, that's my fault. I didn't even move at all. Okay, so I'm actually doing a really piss-poor job at just, like, avoiding anything right now, but, okay, let's see if I can actually get a little bit of, some good dodging going right here. Yeah, so this is another one of those games where, you know, you only die when the bullet hits the center of your ship. There's, like, a tiny pixel in the center that, if a bullet collides with that little pixel, then you'll die at that point, but the bullets don't collide with the sides of your plane. So don't even worry about that. But oh my god. But I'm not really doing a good job at it because it kind of feels like I'm just just directly flying into them more often than not. Okay, hang on. Just avoid all of this. Okay, well that didn't even hit me regardless. I don't even know how I like pushed through that. Or I like squeezed through that. What in the world? Okay, Gabriel seems to be firing a lot of homing missiles at me right now that also drop bullets of their own, apparently. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of... Oh, okay, well, I mean, I think he's already dead. Okay, no, this is actually another phase of the fight. So I do know that some of the bosses in this game also have multiple phases, except for the first boss, because apparently Mr. Pench only has one phase in total, and that's just it, so he's basically just like a massive pushover. And, oh my god, dude, how do I keep getting hit by all these damn bullets? Well, I mean, there is also this attack pattern too, which is like, yeah, how do you even deal with that, honestly? Okay, hang on. I'm doing just a little bit better. Oh my god, dude, there is just so much crap on the screen. Okay, wait. I see a path through the chaos. There's a path through the chaos. I didn't find the path, apparently, because I still died. Okay, so there is another gameplay mechanic that I have held off on discussing, just for now, because, I want to see if I can try and kill this damn boss before, I actually start talking about it. There we go, holy frick. No, the sky is burning! Oh, it's a crying shame. Okay, well, I think the only person burning is you now. Oh, god. His entire ship just, like, disintegrated. Yeah, active, safe, and lovely. Gunner's data? I don't know what any of that means, but... Okay, well, either way, we're on to the third stage now. So something that you might have noticed as we were playing the game, like during the first two stages, is that some of the enemy bullets are actually being converted into rings, as you can see. So there is actually a reason for that. So I believe that whenever you kill any of the enemies, all of the bullets that they've shot at you get converted into either rings or jewels. I'm not even sure what I was supposed to do there. I got, like, backed into a corner. Okay, oh my god, dude, please. Okay, you know what? This guy, just use a bomb. There we go. Just blow this dude's ass up. Okay, so, yeah, so this does actually have something to do with the bombs in particular, like this, yeah, these rings and jewels, and you'll notice that I have, like, a ring and jewel counter here as well. So you think that if you're trying to pick up rings and jewels constantly, that it would just give you more points and not really anything else. Well, I do believe the rings and jewels do give you points, but they do have a much bigger effect on your play-in than just giving you points, because they also increase the power of your bombs. So the thing about your bombs in this game is that they're not really bombs at all. They're more like, yeah, giant fireballs that you can fire at enemies in order to do a lot of damage to them. And yeah, it creates a lot of really big explosions. You know, if there weren't already, you know, there wasn't already enough crap happening on the screen all at once, there already weren't enough explosions going on here. So, picking up the rings and jewels that the enemies drop is actually important in this game if you plan on using your bombs at any point. Oh my god, we're already at the stage 3 boss. Okay, Jim Chuck Spanner. Sounds like a very American name, I think. I don't freaking know. Okay, so hang on. I'm gonna see if I can try to at least pay a little bit of attention here. There we go. Just use the gunner so I can target him directly. Okay, well, I just got fricked in the wazoo, like, instantly. Okay, yeah. So, this is actually why collecting rings is so important. Because if you have no rings or jewels, your bombs will actually explode the moment that you use them. Now, thankfully, you are impervious to the explosions of your own bombs, but the more rings that you've collected, the further your bombs can travel before they actually blow up. And what's also really cool as well is that having a lot of rings and jewels also affects your bomb's ability to pierce through enemies. So if you have more rings or jewels, then your bombs can actually just travel directly through enemies, which causes even more damage to them. So I can, oh god, I don't know what that pink bullet is, but okay, hang on a second. I don't feel like I can, okay, I can do it right now. Do it right now. Yeah, but you'll see how the bomb actually traveled a little bit further than it normally would when I used it there, because I had, like, I think 940 rings on me. And yes, using the bombs does also use up your rings as well, by the way, so yeah, you have to collect more rings if you want to use, you know, if you want to get more power on your bombs, effectively. So, your bombs are kind of useless other than that, more or less. I mean, you can also use your bombs as a shield against enemy bullets as well, because something else you'll notice here is that the bombs can also destroy enemy bullets and convert them into even more rings and jewels, as you can see. Hey, stop trying to hide behind me. What in the world? Is that a puppet? Excuse me? Using his marionette as a meat shield right there. That's not a great way to treat your marionette when you're, you know, when you're experiencing a brutal, fiery death. All right, well, either way, he's dead. I don't even remember what that dude's name was. But it doesn't matter because he's gone. Okay. Nobody cares about him anymore. The world no longer gives a damn. Okay, so anyway, we're going up a mountain now. We are actually scrolling up vertically. And, I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit disorienting. But yeah, like I was saying before, jewels are good in this game because they make your bombs even more powerful than they already were. And again, they're not really even bombs. They're like giant-ass fireballs that you launch at people, you punch them right in the face. Yeah, and it creates even more rings, so you do actually get some of those rings back, the ones that you do end up using. So, that's pretty good. That's pretty neat indeed. I don't know how I feel about this, this firing method that Ring has, though. I feel like it's not as powerful as Bolt. Oh yeah, I do need to mention as well that if you're using your gunner constantly, that does actually cause your ship to move a lot slower, so not necessarily a good idea to be spamming the gunner constantly. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, not exactly a good idea to be spamming bombs constantly as well, just because of the fact that it uses up all your rings pretty much. And yeah, that's pretty much, oh my god, I just keep running into everything as well. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole gist of this game other than that. So basically just trying to dodge all of the enemy bullets here, convert them into rings and jewels so that you can basically upgrade the firepower of your bombs. And yeah, just cause a great deal of carnage, pretty much. Okay, yeah, these are actually homing missiles. Okay, so I'm kind of wondering... Oh my god, oh god, wait, these bullets are also heat-seeking, because they're actually, like, following my movement here. Oh, that's not good. I don't know how I died there. Or I don't know how I didn't die, I should say. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, okay, well, I am finally dead, good lord. Probably should have died at least, like, 10 seconds ago, just considering what was happening. Okay, yeah, I need to... Maybe I should just actually use my bombs now, even though I barely have, like, any rings to my name. But I think that's okay. I think that's fine. There we go. I think we're already at... Yeah, we're already at stage 4. General Ulsoro Slasher. Yeah, so Slasher is the only female member of this group of sages here. And that doesn't really have any more significance to the game's plot, to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, that's about it. She's the only female sage in this group right here, this group of warlords. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna need to rely on my own homing missiles for this part of the fight, because she's all the way on the left side of the screen. I don't know, oh wait, I have no bombs anymore. Okay, hang on a second. I'm gonna go up this way. Oh god, okay, hang on, I'm not gonna... Wait a second, I can't tell. Okay, I thought for a minute that she was firing, like, blue fish at me, but I think those were actually missiles. I couldn't tell what those bombs were supposed to be, or what those bullets were supposed to be. Okay, I know what that's supposed to be. Oh yeah, that's a weird pattern where they kind of just move in a wave. Okay, well, actually, hang on a second. I'm kind of avoiding them. Okay, well, they all blew up anyway. Whatever, doesn't matter. So I know that Slasher also has multiple phases, but I don't remember how many phases she has exactly. And then she starts firing these droids at you, or like these little drones that also launch bullets of their own. Oh yeah, I do know this though. Whenever you die, you do get your bombs back. You get all your bombs back, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I mean, you can just use this to like shield yourself as well, just considering, yeah, the explosion does destroy the bombs and converts them to rings. Very nice indeed. Oh my god, okay, yeah, so... There's these weird bullets right here that apparently are affected by gravity. That's also very odd, and I don't really like that at all either, so... Oh my god, dude, yeah. This is just absolutely wild, dude. I mean, this is even more sensory overload than, like, Thunder Force 3, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. This is way more sensory overload that's going on right here. I'm trying my best here. Admittedly, with a lot of these bullet hell games, it can be kind of difficult to concentrate on, like, you know... what you're actually looking at here. Okay, hang on a second. I actually ran out of credits, apparently. Okay, there we go. I actually didn't have to use all 9 of the credits in, you know, when I was playing this off screen. I actually didn't have to use all of them. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Surprisingly, I did play this game somewhat better off screen, but that's not really saying a whole lot, to be perfectly honest. I don't remember if this is the last phase of the fight. Yeah, but then she starts throwing, like, actual bullet rings at you. And of course they have to move in, like, the wonkiest kind of pattern imaginable. Of course they have to. Okay, well, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna riddle her with, like, bombs. Did I just use all my bombs, actually? Sure, why the heck not? Oh, yeah, she is dead, actually. No, don't steal my jewels! Well, I mean, I just wasted them all by, like, you know... waste them all on bombs just to try and blow people up a lot quicker. Okay, level 1. Okay, we're actually at nighttime now. This is stage 5. Actually, wait a second. Was this stage already at nighttime when I played this off screen? Because I actually don't remember this. I mean, I don't remember the stage being at nighttime. Maybe it was, and I'm just remembering this wrong? Okay, that's odd, actually. I legitimately don't remember this being at nighttime. I mean, I will admit that I only did one complete run of this game off screen, so, I mean... I don't exactly know if the game's ending changes depending on which set of characters you decide to choose, because even though there's technically 5 playable characters in this game, you're only allowed to choose up to 2 to accompany you on this journey right here, this journey that you're setting on. There is an ending cutscene that does play when you do beat the final boss of the game, and I am kind of wondering if the cutscene does change depending on which characters you chose at the very beginning of the game, because I think the characters that you chose do appear in the ending cutscene, so I am kind of wondering if the final cutscene will actually be different now, because these 2 characters I did not use off screen, which is probably also why I can't exactly get used to their control scheme, because I never used them before. Okay, well, I do remember this dude right here, this giant drone that kind of looks like Metal Gear. Yeah, I do remember him, actually. I think he can be cut down fairly easily with bombs, but the only problem is that I barely have any rings on me, so hang on a second. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to do a thing here. Okay, well, he's dead regardless, so whatever. It's good. It's fine. Oh yeah, by the way, I did give myself more lives before I started the game here, because it does allow you to set the lives counter up to 5 before you start the game. Capcom Arcade Stadium does apparently have that feature available for every game in the compilation, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's definitely helpful here. Well, I mean, it's not exactly helpful at all, honestly, but, you know, it's more helpful for, like, you know, not having to, press the enter key every time I want to continue the game after I lose my lives, so, Oh my god, what is this? No, go away, please. There we go. Very nice. I have no idea where we even are in time and space right now. Like, are we inside a volcano right now or something? And why are there, like, giant planes in here, like giant military planes? I have no idea what's going on, like giant bombers. I will admit as well that some of these plane designs, they look straight out of 1942, if I'm being honest. Which is another, like, Capcom shoot-'em-up that I have played on the channel before. Oh yeah, President Leonard Drill, and Leonard Drill is apparently a lion. Yeah, he's the only sage in the game who is not actually a human character. He is just straight up a furry, which is interesting. But yeah, this is actually the final boss of the game right here. Yeah, we're already at the end of the game, by the way, guys. I have 11,000 rings, I just noticed, so there, get punched in the face with a bunch of bullets, and missiles, and bombs, and everything but the kitchen sink. There we go, come on, there we go, at least, get a little bit of damage in there at first. So, I mean, this guy's bullet patterns are, like, simple to dodge at first, but then they get crazy, like, almost immediately, as you can see. Oh my god, okay, well, this pattern I did remember seeing before when I was playing this off-screen, and I do kind of remember how to dodge this. Oh god, it's getting narrower? Okay, well, I mean, again, sometimes I just don't understand. I don't understand the attack patterns of these bullets in these kinds of games. Like, how do you even? Just how do you even? Okay, well, I probably could have swerved around maybe a little bit more there. We'll admit that was probably my fault. Probably my fault. Oh my god, dude. Oh yeah, by the way, if the little silver bullets that he's launching at you, that also happen to launch more blue bullets at you, yeah, those silver ones can't be destroyed at all, so you have to just avoid them at all costs. I don't think they can even be destroyed with bombs. Oh god, okay, please, just shield me. Shield me, please. Okay, yeah, there we go. I think we're on the next phase of the fight. I can't actually tell at all. Oh, god, what is this? Why are they just floating? They're just floating around. Oh, yeah, they are actually targeting me. Okay, well, this I think is fine for now. Oh, he's laying down those... Oh, my god. Okay, he's laying down those bullets whenever he moves around on the screen. Okay, wait, actually, I think we... Okay, I think we actually are at the next phase of the fight now. I don't remember if this is the last phase or not, though. Yeah, he's gonna throw these weird little, like, balls at us that also fire more bullets. God, just bullets for days, dude. Just blue bullets everywhere. Blue bullets resulting in blue balls everywhere. Oh god, okay, I can't actually deal with this garbage anymore. Okay, there we go. Just riddle him with bullets. He's not really moving around all too much, but okay, just use another bomb there. I should try and actually grab some of these rings. What am I doing? What am I doing right now? Oh god, I'm in a precarious spot. And I'm still alive somehow. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm not anymore. Okay. I think he is, about to die, actually, because I'm pretty sure this is the final phase of the fight, because he's just like, what even is that? He's piloting like a giant beetle. Like a giant metal beetle, it seems. Okay. Well, I think he is pretty much done. Oh yeah, I think those things are gonna explode when they hit the sides of the screen. Yeah, that's exactly what they do, actually. Yeah, those are also indestructible, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, I lost my bombs again. Okay, well, hang on. We can probably find the pattern through the chaos. Okay, we're kind of doing that right now. Okay, good. Good dodging. Good dodging right now. Go. Okay, well, that hit me in the center, apparently. I don't exactly know how, but whatever. Bomb, please. God, I don't even know, like, how many hits this guy takes exactly. I don't even know if using the gunner would be useful at this point, because, I mean... You just fire, like, dead center at him, or just fire straight at him now. Okay, this dude has to be done, like, soon. Okay, yeah, he actually is dead. There we go. I do not fear death. Wow! And that's just it. He's done. Actually, wait, is there also, like, a giant tree that's growing inside the volcano as well? Okay, well, anyway, here's the ending cutscene. I have a bad feeling about this. Oh no, the ceiling's falling! The core of the giant tree has been destroyed. The island's falling down. Oh yeah, this was on a floating island, apparently. Hurry, we must evacuate now. This is it. We're done for. Oh god. Okay, I'm pretty sure those are different character portraits than what I saw before. So I think this did actually change the cutscene somewhat. I knew that this would happen. Chances for survival are very low. Not giving me a lot of time to read this text. Ring! Who is this? Father? Sir, I never expected to see you again. They're showing us a way out. Yeah, so, like, we'll be saved. Yeah, so these are like the... Wait, you want us to live? That's what you mean. Goodbye, sir. Yeah, so it's like the deceased, the long-parted. We finally put a stop to the conspiracy of the Elder Statesmen, but when we returned, our comrades told me of our defeat in the war. Wait, what? 10 years have passed. Okay, this definitely changed the cutscene, because I don't remember any of this, actually. Peace has been restored, new inventions are now something for everyone. As a pilot for the government Air Force, I'm part of a research team focused on researching supersonic speed. Rivet gave birth to the Colonel's children. Okay, this is definitely different. I don't remember any of this. Although she never achieved fame or glory with twin children and a dog around, she's said to have lived happily ever after. Also, apparently Rivet was the oldest child in this crew, because she was 17, apparently. Can we ever be true to ourselves? May take an eternity to know, but at least we've been given the chance twice. Game over. Yeah, it gives you no time at all to read any of that, because it scrolls through that text so quickly. But yeah, I mean, other than that, guys, that's actually it for the game. So it does actually seem like, depending on which characters you've chosen at the start of the game, it does change the ending cutscene. It actually changes the ending cutscene, so you don't really get to see, like, the fate of all the characters in the game unless you beat the game multiple times, it would seem. What I was saying before, though, when they were trying to escape from the, the inside of the floating island with the giant tree growing on it, yeah, they were seeing, like, all of the deceased and the long departed, trying to guide them to safety, essentially. Apparently their spirits were sent to this floating island, I'm guessing. I don't really know what is happening in the final cutscene of the game. Like I said, the game's plot, the game's story overall is just, yeah, kind of wild and wacky, which seems to be par for the course with a lot of Japanese shoot-em-ups, if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay, but my theory was correct, though. The game's ending cutscene does change depending on which characters you've selected, so I guess in order to see the fates of all the characters in the game, you're gonna need to beat the game multiple times. Because again, the game only allows you to choose up to 2 characters at the beginning, so I think in order to see the backstory of all the characters, you're gonna need to play the game at least 3 times, I would say. If there's 5 characters, and you get to see the fates of at least 2 of them at the end, so yeah, you'd have to play the game 3 times in order to see, like, the true fates of all the characters, but if you want to see all the different, the ways that the cutscene could change, then you have to play it 6 times if you want to get, like, all the cutscene variations. Because you would have to play as Ring and then one of the 3 gunners, and then play as Bolton, one of the 3 gunners, and I think that would give you, like, 6 different variations on the ending cutscene, I'm pretty sure, if my math is correct. Okay, well that is kinda neat though. The game's ending does actually change slightly depending on which characters you're using, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, guys, that is Progear. That is the entire game. Like I said before, it's pretty short. Only 5 stages, and most of them only take like maybe 5 minutes to beat at most. Maybe not even, actually, because I wasn't really keeping track of like how long it was taking me to beat any of these stages. But yeah, again, as with a lot of shoot-em-ups of this type, there's definitely like a feeling of sensory overload for absolute sure. It's just bullets flying at you constantly, man. I do think it was my fault for not using my bombs a lot more, because I didn't start using them until, like, around the end of Stage 2 when I was fighting Gabriel. But I wanted to hold off on using the bombs for now, because I wanted to wait to, explain the whole mechanic of, like, destroying bullets, like individual bullets, and converting them into rings, which would cause your bombs to power up. I wanted to wait until I actually started discussing that before I started using the bombs, because you can also use the bombs for that exact purpose too. But yeah, that's Progear. It's a pretty wild and wacky shoot-em-up, much like, well, all of Cave's other shooters, pretty much. Definitely like the pixel art aesthetic that's going on here. Very high quality pixel art for sure. I do find it kind of interesting though, how even though it was already 2001, by the time Progear came out, Cave still decided to go with an old-school pixel art aesthetic for this game. Yeah, at a time when a lot of arcade games had pretty much switched over to using 3D graphics, Cave decided to just keep it old school, pretty much. It's certainly fascinating to see an arcade game from the early 2000s still embodying, like, you know, the 16-bit era of gaming, pretty much. You know, just sticking with that old-school 16-bit aesthetic, although I do kind of feel like, you know, just given how much is happening on the screen all at once, it does kind of feel like these kinds of graphics probably wouldn't have been possible on most 16-bit systems, like the SNES or Sega Genesis. It does seem like whatever system board they were using for this game, it was a little bit more powerful than whatever the SNES or Genesis were using. And it is also interesting as well that Cave decided to build this game on an older system board, because apparently the system board that they used to build Progear was already outdated by this point. Capcom already had a more recent and up-to-date system board for arcade games at this point in time, but Cave decided to go with the older one. Well, I don't know if they chose the system board by themselves, or if Capcom told them to create a game using a system board that they chose. I have no idea what exactly the story behind that is, because, again, you do need to remember that this game was published by Capcom, so Capcom would have been guiding Cave through the entire development process of this game. And it seems like the game's development process was actually somewhat difficult as a result of Cave using, you know, a system board that they were not really used to using. Especially a system board that was apparently a lot weaker than some of the other system boards that they had previously used for some of their other games. So it does seem like Cave had to make some sacrifices here and there. They couldn't be as ambitious with this game as they wanted to be. But I mean, I would still say the game came out pretty good overall, because I mean, I do like this game. It's hard as hell, but I mean, I do not doubt Cave's abilities whatsoever when it comes to making a sophisticated and well-polished shoot-'em-up, even when they are working under the guide of an outside company like Capcom. So I do think that they still did pretty well with this one, honestly. The story makes little to no sense, which is pretty much to be expected from these kinds of shoot-'em-ups at this point. And to be honest, I don't really care too much for the music in this game either, but everything else is pretty solid. I mean, I wouldn't recommend this to people who suffer from sensory overload quite easily, but I mean, if you're a fan of shoot-'em-ups, then I would still give Progear a pretty big recommendation to you. It's definitely a really short game. It's a lot shorter than I was expecting, but I do feel like the game's difficulty more than makes up for that. But still, I do kind of wish there was a little bit more to see here. I do wish it was a little bit longer, because I was kind of expecting this to be like maybe 8 to 10 stages at most, but no, man, there's only 5. I was actually very surprised at how short this was, but I guess this also does kind of have replay value as well, considering that the game's ending cutscene does change depending on which characters you're using. So I guess if you want to try and get all of the endings, you're gonna need to play the game multiple times. But I'm not going to do that for now. I am going to end the video here. That's pretty much everything I wanted to discuss regarding Progear, so that's it. We're done. We're done here now. So if you want to go and purchase Progear, there will be a link in the description. If you want to purchase it as part of Capcom Arcade Stadium, because you can only play this game within that compilation on Steam, but you can pick it up as part of, like, separate DLC for the game. You can download Capcom Arcade Stadium on Steam for free, and the free version of the game comes with 1943, The Battle of Midway. It comes with, like, one game, but all the other games in the compilation you have to purchase separately. So I will provide the link to where you can download Capcom Arcade Stadium itself, and also Progear, if you're looking to pick that up specifically. And Capcom Arcade Stadium is also available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch, so if you want to pick up the entire compilation on those platforms, I could link those in the description too. And I do implore you guys to stay tuned, because this is not the only Cave game that I plan on covering on the channel. I do want to try and cover more of their games, because I do believe there are more of their games that are available on Steam, including Death Smiles. I know Death Smiles 1 and 2 are available on Steam. I think one of the Dodonpachi games are available too, but I don't remember which one it is specifically. And I may or may not be covering more games from Capcom Arcade Stadium itself as well. There is at least one other game in this compilation that I do want to cover. It's not 1943 for the record, but a video of that is not out of the question either, because it turns out that there's actually a lot of games that Capcom made in the 1940X series, all of which are available in this compilation, so, I don't know, I could try and check out the other 1940X games at some point, as like a follow-up to the 1942 video that I did way back in 2018, but I did find out as well that Gigawing is also available in this compilation, and Gigawing is a game that I did mention by name in some videos in the past, and I've wanted to do a video on that for a while, and I did actually pick up Gigawing on Steam, and I can play it now, actually, so I will be doing a video on that at some point in the future. It's not going to be the video that I do immediately after this, though, because I would like to have a little bit of variety on the channel before I go and show that game off to you guys, but that'll be coming soon. And yeah, I'm honestly just excited to be getting back into making videos. Yeah, this is actually something that I forgot to mention at the start of the video, but yeah, I am back, guys. I am back to recording videos now, finally. Got through all of my Christmas celebrations, finally, and yeah, I don't really have anything else going on now, so we're just gonna get back to recording videos, pretty much. And I just want to let you guys know as well that I am in a much better headspace now than I was back in early December. But yeah, there was just a lot of stuff happening in my personal life at that moment in time that I was just really having a hard time dealing with, so I do feel like I needed to take a break for a little while, and I do feel like this break has benefited me greatly in terms of like my mental health and my overall mental state. I am definitely in a much better headspace now than I was just about a month ago. Yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better now. I really want to get back into recording videos now, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this first video of 2023. Even though, once again, I am technically still recording this in 2022, because I'm pre-recording this ahead of time, much like I did with some of the first videos that I uploaded in 2022. And stay tuned, because I have a variety of games that I really want to show you guys over the coming months. It's a mixture of new games that came out recently, and a lot of older games that I had been meaning to cover on the channel for like several years now, and I want to finally get some closure on those specific games. More videos are finally on the way, I can confirm. So, thank you guys for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next video I make. Later!